Today we will perform, I think at least 3 students activity will be there. So today we'll see insulating materials in capacitor, and after I will tell you, then Harshvardhan will carry out his activity related to the insulating materials in the capacitor, and then I will take insulating materials in rotating devices today. Okay, so I'm expecting somebody will come ahead on the activity of insulating materials in the rotors, motors and generators. So that topic nobody has taken and topics are being repeated. So I will request some of you take insulating materials used in the motors and generators. Can you see my screen, students? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us start today. Let us start today insulating materials used in the capacitors. You know a little bit about the capacitor. What is the use of capacitor? Capacitor is used to store the energy. So how it is used to store energy? So if this is a capacitor, then two terminals will be there and you just apply the voltage across the capacitor. Then whatever voltage you are applying, depending upon that it will store the energy, and that is due to the dielectric properties. So we will not say that insulating materials used in capacitor, because there is a little difference between insulating materials and dielectric material that we'll see when we'll start first unit on the dielectric materials. So little difference is there. All dielectric materials are insulating materials, means dielectric material you can say that is the type of insulating material, but all insulating materials are not dielectric materials. So what makes that capacitor to store the energy? So that is due to the polarization effect in the capacitor, and as a dielectric effect is there. Di means two. Electric means you can say poles. So positive poles, negative poles will be splitted towards the plates, positive plate and negative plate. And therefore electricity, you can say voltage will be also stored or produced also in the polarized due to the polarization effect. So if you'll see in the capacitor, these are the two plates and the two plates has to make with the conducting material. So these are the metals, two plates, and in between the two plates, metallic conductor, you have to place one insulating material which is dielectric. So here we will say dielectric materials used in the capacitor. Now which materials are used in the capacitor? That is our objective. Here in this chapter we are learning insulating materials used in capacitor, used in cables, rotating devices. So that is our intention. What are the different types and that types of insulating material has to be dielectric material, because our purpose is to store the charge. So let us see which materials are used. I think you have used number of capacitors, might have used in the 12th standard in the electronics, if you might have taken to perform the experiment. So first simple capacitor is a paper capacitor. So here you can see in the picture paper capacitor. I just told you two conductors are there or foils, or they will be very thin. So you can see here gray or ash colors are up to conducting foils, metallic foils or conductor. And in between that orange color insulator is shown. So that will be dielectric material. So paper capacitor, paper is also a dielectric material. And you can use paper as a dielectric material. So here simple capacitor you can see paper will be used. Okay. What happened? Where I lost it? If we insert videos in the PPT, that gets immediately started. So that is the difficulty while presenting PPT with the video. So paper capacitors usually range in a value from 300 picofarad to about 4 microfarads. Because you can see paper is a dielectric material, but it's not too very much good dielectric material. So permittivity is very important, which plays roles in storing the charge. So for very small capacitor from picofarad to 4 microfarad, you can use paper as a dielectric material. It is made up of flat, thin strips of metal foil conductors that are separated by waxed paper. Now you know paper we are impregnating. What is the purpose of impregnation? But here instead of using word impregnation, word is used waxed. So why waxed is used? See, the working voltage of a paper capacitor rarely exceeds 600 volt. Because you know power voltage we are just using 400 volt is our power voltage for 3-phase. Normally we use only 230 volt, but here paper capacitor you can use up to 600 volt. But if you want to exceed capacitor more than 600 volt, then you have to use oil as a dielectric material. Paper capacitors are sealed with wax to prevent the harmful effects of moisture and to prevent corrosion and leakage. When we say impregnation not only increases dielectric strength, but it also fills the pores in the material, cavities in the material. So it replaces air also, because air is a, you can say permittivity of air is less than the solid dielectric material. So air will degrade dielectric strength of the solid insulating material. So you have to fill up the pores. In the same way here, wax is used to prevent harmful effects of moisture. Means you are, by putting wax paper, you are just making it moisture repellent so that it will not absorb the moisture and also prevent corrosion, because here paper is used in contact with the foils, aluminum foils or metal conductors, so that you have to avoid corrosion also, because capacitor will be heated up. Whenever you will use capacitor will store the charge, it will get heated up, and due to high temperature your paper may have contamination with that aluminum foil or metal foils or whatever material is used for conductor, and then it will reduce the resistance, and also capacity or properties, dielectric properties will get degraded. So to avoid leakage current also and prevention of corrosion, papers are waxed. Actually I used to take visit in Madho capacitor, I just recall, and I'm feeling very sad, dear students. I want to share with you capacitor, Madho capacitor is one industry in the Bhosri, and usually I used to take for material science students there, and managing director was Tagare sir, and just he passed out 2-3 days before only he just passed out, and his age was about 90 years. You know, even if he was so old age, he used to work throughout the day continuously, even if he was managing director. So I just used to inspire from from him, because the way he used to work not only in industry, but his contribution in our educational institute was too much, a lot. IEEE, you know, IEEE students chapters, then making us to encourage all faculties to carry out the IEEE activities. He wrote number of books on dielectric material and capacitors. Book are there in library. You can go through that. So he used to come in college also. I used to call him, and whenever I used to take students in his industry, he used to give tea to the students, you know, and just have the dialogue. So I used to inspire from him the way he used to work, and really how a person can devote his life throughout his life and contribute in professional world. I will show you photographs also. So here now in lockdown we are just missing, and whenever I used to send letter, he used to give first papers to me. Oh, madam's college, madam students, and other college used to be last, you know. So that was the bonding, because we have Professor Shelar sir in our IIT. He is my student from COED. So he used to do internship in the Madhav capacitor. See how one little things can grow and make your professional life. So first he did internship in Madhav capacitor, and as he did, that is very small industry, you know. Now it is medium scale, but at that time when Shelar sir did, it was small scale. But he did there, so he got his project there. He did a very nice project, and he devoted, means sincere. If you will be very sincere, hardworking, yesterday madam also told, Ishrat madam also told, so that he used to do, and he is also gold medalist of our co-ed college. And then he observed, Tagare sir observed him, and he just said that now after B, if you will not get, just B continue to work here. And then after B, he used to go there and in material from the salary, because you have to decide to what you will give importance. You will not get everything. If you select money, that money can vanish within a fraction of second. So he used to go there, he used to help, and then when he got in our college, then also he used to go in industry, whatever projects used to there, extra work, Sunday, Saturday, he was just having contacts. So this is the way you should work. Now also Shelar sir is doing that work apart from teaching duties. So you have to just focus to work in that way. You know, he is my student, so I want to tell you about my previous students also. So that way I just recall while taking this. So let us see now next. Watch this video. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to share voice. It's very problematic in Microsoft. Just watch this video.
The negatives to be a little bit closer to the positively charged capacitor plate. Either way, the end result is that the negatives in the atoms and molecules are going to face the positive capacitor plate, and the positives in the atoms and molecules are going to face the negative capacitor plate. So how does this increase the capacitance? The reason this increases the capacitance is because it reduces the voltage between the capacitor plates. It reduces the voltage because even though there's still just as many charges on the capacitor plates, their contribution to the voltage across the plates is being partially canceled. In other words, some of the positive charges on the capacitor plate are having their contribution to the voltage negated by the fact that there's a negative charge right next to them now. Similarly, on the negative side, there's just as much negative charge as there ever was, but some of the negative number for the voltage is going to result in a larger value for the capacitance. So inserting a dielectric in this case increased the capacitance by lowering the voltage. Let's look at another case of inserting a dielectric. Imagine we again let a battery of voltage V fully charge this capacitor.
So we'll see in next unit also, because this is required in dielectric properties. Right now just I shown you why dielectric material is used to increase the capacitance. How it increases, when it will increase, when it will decrease, that we'll see in our first unit. Okay, in more detail. I wanted to show you animations are available on internet, vast animations. And if you will go on collecting it in your activity, number of concepts will immediately get clear just than theoretical discussions. So as we are now learning online, I am just focusing on having online material collections, because in normal face-to-face lecture, it's not possible to show all these every time. We don't have a laptop, LCD, and we just want to focus on the discussions. Here to make it interesting and also not too boring, we have to spend, means I am spending a lot of time. So I am just thinking that you will also develop your skills and also contribute in the learning material resource development. So next type of dielectric use is in mica. That also, you know, mica capacitor you might have handled. They are also small capacitors. So these capacitors, mica is also, you can see, it will be inserted into metal foils, so in form of sheet. So you can see here the picture. So this brown one is the, means you can say, case of the capacitor, that is made up of plastic case. So just now aluminum foil or any metal foil you can use, and in between the two metal foils instead of paper, now you will use mica sheets. Mica, we have seen properties of mica, and mica is formed in it is found in sheets form also. You can also use that mica sheets. So these are mica capacitors. Mica capacitors have good stability, we have seen, because mica is also used in rotating devices. Thermal stability is very good, and in capacitor also it is used because thermal stability is good, temperature coefficient is small, so change in resistance with change in temperature will be less. The next type is ceramic capacitor. This also I think you might have handled. Now in ceramic capacitor, it contains ceramic. Ceramic is also a dielectric material. We have seen ceramic material, what are the properties are there. So when question will come, write down the materials used in capacitor, you have to write down few properties of ceramic which has helped to use in the capacitor. So that way I will not repeat it here. So you have to remember and you have to use that content. This is not only 3 line you will finish about telling ceramic capacitors. Say a few properties of the ceramic which we have discussed in the previous lecture. So one type of ceramic capacitor uses a hollow ceramic cylinder. So this you can see it will be hollow. The plates consist of thin films of metal deposited on the ceramic cylinder. Now here something difference is there. Thin metallic sheets will be there, films will be there, but they will deposit on the ceramic cylinder. I have collected one video to get you understand. See that how it is deposited.
What is ceramic capacitor? Ceramic capacitor is look like this. This is the shape of ceramic capacitor. The ceramic capacitor is look like a disc shape. It's very small. The ceramic capacitor has two terminals, and it is non-polarized capacitor, means there is no any difference between the positive and negative terminal. Look here inside the ceramic capacitor. The outer coat is protecting the inner side of the capacitor. This one is the electrode, and the upper one is this is the dielectric ceramic disc. Therefore, it is called a ceramic capacitor. The ceramic disc is storing the charges. This is the symbol of the ceramic capacitor. You look here, the small disc, the small dot is represent the ceramic capacitor. The range of ceramic capacitor is from 0 to 0.01 microfarad to 1 farad. The ceramic capacitor is used in various places. Mainly it is used for filtration. It's used in a signal or frequency circuit to filter that signal, to pure that signal. It's also using in a DC current to pure that DC current. The ceramic capacitor is used for store energy. It's storing the DC currents, but passing the AC currents. This was the ceramic capacitor. If you have any questions, so write down in the comments below.
Now students, see, Srikant told you that if you are expecting to complete your MS, not MS, MTech, and you are focusing on get clearing, get score, then you have to focus from second year, because second year is most fundamental aspects are covered. And that way now see capacitor, now what is the symbol of ceramic capacitor, this dot is used. So I think you have to focus much on the study in second year if you are focusing on clearing GATE exam. And GATE is not only used for your higher studies. That is just a qualification indication. Suppose you have GATE score, immediately you will get job anywhere, you know. So that is an indication. So you have to keep as a goal clearing the GATE, and I could not find in anybody's this goal setting. And when I went through the assignment, I felt very not good. You had not devoted time for setting your goals. Even if I conducted first lecture, actually I started from that. I request you focus on your goal setting. If you will not plan anything, you cannot execute. You will not get much success. First, planning is very essential. Now itself you focus time, because that is the assignment from soft skill also. And you focus on setting goals. I will show how I had set goals when I went for that leadership course. They made us this assignment, because leadership also is a story. You must set goals first with respect to leadership. Anything, first action is goal setting. So that I will post to you. You spend time, you again redo that assignments that I want to say. Now Harshavardhan,
Oh,
be ready. Harshavardhan will add
if
more
you like
capacitor
more electronics video,
insulating material.
please subscribe the
So next type is oil capacitor. So when oil capacitor, you will see oil will be filled up. I told you for high voltage oil is required, because it will give cooling also, and its dielectric strength is also very good. So oil filled capacitor is nothing more than paper capacitor that is immersed in the oil. So in oil also paper is used, and that paper will be, you can say, as it is immersed in the oil, it is similar to the impregnation, and paper dielectric strength will increase. So since oil impregnated paper has a high dielectric constant, it can be used in the production of capacitors having a high capacitance value. Many capacitors will use oil with another dielectric material to prevent arcing between the plates. So arc is when stuck, that is very difficult to extinguish. So you have to use another materials which are very fire resistance and will help in quenching the arc. So these are oil filled capacitor. Just see, because I am not able to take you in Madho capacitor. And in Madho capacitor, they do trunky capacitors which are used in transmission line capacitor banks. So that is similar oil filled capacitors. You watch here.
Okay, folks, we've done several videos this morning on capacitors. I myself am always curious of what's inside of something. What's inside of a compressor? What's inside of a TXV? And this morning, what's inside of a capacitor? I have no idea. Worked on this stuff for years. I just want to point out a couple of things here. This here is a dual capacitor. Of course, this is common. This is Herm. This is fan. I'm going to pull it up. Okay, I want you to see how the two capacitors are inside this capacitor here. We just basically cut it in two. It's floating in an oil. And another thing I want to point out to you, it's got a plastic cover. See the plastic shield? Okay, because the can is metal, it has to be insulated between the metal and the capacitor and the oil. This is a conductive, non-conductive oil, I'm sorry. All right, now let's talk about another capacitor here. Let's just talk about a single capacitor. Okay, once again, it's got the plastic shield around it. There's your wire that's going to feed to the bottom. And this here will be your capacitor. It's inside of this right here, the thing that holds this charge. Let's talk about a plastic one. The plastic one doesn't have the plastic metal shield between the casing and the capacitor itself like this one here does. Once again, I'm just going to pull this out for you. So the metal goop. This one here just happens to have a little rod down the middle because the capacitor itself is down the center. So you have your single capacitor in the middle and you have your large capacitor in the outside part of it. This one here is a 35 microfarad capacitor. So the 30 is on the outside and the 5 is on the inside of this one. Okay, here is another. I just want to show you. Here's the plastic that is around the metal housing. Here's the non-conductive oil. This here's another dual capacitor. Here's what it looks like. Okay, The smaller capacitor's in the center. Here's your attachment. The larger capacitor is in the outside diameter, and here's the common. Okay. Really, we'll never get into the inside of a capacitor. We're just going to check with our field piece meter. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it swollen? Is it rusty? Is it burnt? Whatever it is. Just know how to read the capacitor, know how to replace it. You have to have it.
So different dielectric materials can be used in capacitors, and permittivity of that dielectric material should be very high if you want high farad capacitors, from microfarad to farad and millifarad, that you have to select a proper material whose permittivity will be giving that much capacitance. So vacuum is also dielectric material, you know, permittivity is 1. Water is also there. Glass is, see, glass permittivity is higher, 3.7 to 10. Then PTFE also, Teflon, it is Teflon. Teflon is also used in capacitor. So that is 2.1. Then polythene capacitors are there. Polythene is just abbreviated as P, and dielectric permittivity is 2.25. Polyimide is used 3.4. So you can see these are various materials. Polypropylene is used. We have in our lab these some materials. Polystyrene is also there. Titanium dioxide, you can see very high permittivity. So titanium dioxide, strontium titanate, it is having 310 highest. Barium strontium titanate 500. Then barium titanate conjugated. So conjugated titanate, if you see, so much high, 10,000. And conjugated polymers also very high. Then calcium copper titanate, so much, means you can see permittivity will be very high. So these are also materials used in capacitors, and permittivity is at a value frequency 1 kHz. So now I will ask Harshavardhan. Harshavardhan, come ahead. Harshavardhan, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
So now Harshavardhan will present his activity on the capacitor. He has done animation, and you just see how he has done. Only PPT will not be for the activity. You have to enhance some skills along with PPT. Yes, I have stopped sharing. Harshavardhan. Continue.
Our screen is visible, ma'am.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Continue.
Yes, ma'am. So, good morning, students, everyone. My name is Harshavardhan Sawan, and in today's lecture we are going to learn on the topic named as insulating materials in capacitors. So, what is capacitors? It is a device that stores electrical energy in a topic. Then definitions, types of dielectric materials, that is solid, liquid, and gases. Then properties of good dielectric materials and applications of dielectric materials in capacitors. So dielectric materials, insulating materials are named as dielectric. The difference in the name between dielectric and insulator lies in the application to which these materials are put. When these materials are used to prevent flow of electricity through on the application of potential difference, then they are called as insulators or passive dielectric. On the other hand, if they are used for charge storage, then they are called as dielectrics or active dielectrics. Then why dielectric materials are used? Dielectric materials in capacitor is used to store electric energy. Capacitors store very high amount of electric energy only when the electric material is placed between plates of capacitor. Then we see the capacitor diagram. That the dielectric, green color dielectric is placed between plate 1 and plate 2, and 2 poles are given. Then and we see the charging and discharging of capacitor, and how the capacitor charge and discharge. Ma'am, sound is audible.
Yes, continue.
Ma'am, sound येतोय का?
Yes, yes, continue. Sound, your video sound is not coming. You need to share your video sound also. In sharing, when you will click sharing, you have to share sound also, then only it will come.
Okay, ma'am.
But you are showing a descriptive video only. That is no need, no? You will show descriptive video.
Ma'am, descriptive no.
You share again, and just when you will click share, see one window is there, small rectangle is there. You have to tick mark that rectangle. Share sound.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
That tick that share sound. So this is how you have to learn advanced tool uses. Presentation, you are presenting, that is also one skill.
होत नाही मॅम दिस.
What is happening? What is happening? Shreya, are you ready? Shreya? Shreya?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you can start. When you will share, share the sound also. When you will click share, one small rectangle is coming, means along with the screen. When you will share, number of screens will come. In that above all the screens, one small rectangle will come above all screens. Share sound, that you have to tick mark.
Share video is option.
Yes, when you will press share, just see number of screens will come there.
Yes.
And above all the screens, one small option is there, share audio. That you tick mark in rectangle.
Ma'am, is it available for mobile?
Hello Shreya, continue.
Hello, hello. Ma'am, screen visible आहे?
No.
नाही होत आहे.
What is happening, Shreya?
Share screen.
So
So, ma'am,
now
screen
it has
visible
come.
आहे?
Now it has come.
Yes, it is visible. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Now I will start. Good morning. Myself Shreya Wagmare. My topic is line insulator and switch gear. Let us start with line objectives. Explain the type of insulator and their uses. Explain the method of binding of insulators.
PPT is not visible, Shreya.
Okay, ma'am, I will try again.
When you will press share, then just see number of screens will come. And you had
Ma'am,
There is
hello,
no
ma'am.
options, ma'am.
Ma'am, there is no option in mobile, ma'am, to share audio.
You should not present from the mobile. You have to present from the laptop.
So, मॅम मी कोणाची तरी हेल्प घेईल ज्याच्याकडे लॅपटॉप असेल त्याची.
Okay, then I will continue. Harshvardhan, you want to continue? Susmita, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I share your screen or you will share?
Ma'am, you share my screen.
Okay, now I will start with Shreya. She posted me. This is you need to discuss everything with me, and this is not the way that you will just think at the time of your activity. Now let us see. Shreya has done very wonderful animation with lot of efforts. Just I will start her video. You watch it and then she will share again.
Good morning, all of you. I am Susmita Bansode.
One minute. Sound is coming, na?
Yes.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Sound is not.
Good morning, all of you. I am Susmita Bansode, studying in SC Electrical from AISSMS COE. My presentation is on liquid insulating materials and which is guided by Dr. Mangal Dahel ma'am. So, moving forward. Subject is material science and I am going to perform the activity number 13, which is liquid insulating materials. A glance on electric insulator. Insulator. What is insulator? The materials having the property to resist the flow of current is called as insulator. Here, some picture of insulator I have given. Then, types of insulator. There are the three types of insulator. Solid insulator, second is liquid insulator, third is gas insulator. We are going to study the types of liquid insulating materials. They are petroleum mineral oils, then contaminated oil and vegetable oils. Here some picture of the vegetable oil and second picture is the mineral oil. Properties of the liquid insulating materials, in which they have the high electric strength, low dielectric dissipation factor, high specific heat and thermal conductivity, excellent chemical stability, low density and low viscosity, and last one is good air quenching properties. Then we are going to study about the petroleum mineral oils. The main element constituents of the petroleums are carbon and hydrogen plus small amount of sodium, nitrogen, oxygen plus trace amounts of metals such as vanadium, sodium, nickel and iron. Petroleum mineral oil, they are categorized into the three. They are paraffinic, aspartic and minded type. Then second is the contaminated oil. The transformer oil get contaminated by impurities such as moisture, resins and fiber. And impurities in the oil may be because of imperfect purification or they may get into oil during the transportation and storage. And impurities may be present in the dissolved state, suspended state, deposited on the bottom of the tanks. Here some picture of the contaminated oil. Water is one of the important impurities in the oil. Oil when kept in the open container gradually absorbs the water and it helps in the corrosion of metallic and insulating materials present and degrades the properties of the oil. Third is the vegetable oil. The vegetable oil are the oldest insulating materials in the liquid which is used in the manufacture of the electrical machines. The vegetable oil are classified as drying oils such as the linseed and tung, semi-drying oils such as the corn, cottonseed, soybean and sunflower, non-drying oil, castor, peanut, then coconut, palm and olive oil. Castor oil is used as the plasticizer in the insulating resin, compositely which is applied as the structural and the insulating material and composition in the electric equipment. Environmental oil as the savior of the environment. The vegetable oil are the environmental friendly, biodegradable, renewable and highly available. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you like it. I have used these two tools for the animation. First is the video maker and second is the Doodlify, and I also shares the link. Being an engineering student stuck in COVID-19 scenario, at least we get exposure to do the things like presentation, communication, trouble solving, team coordination during these early stages only. That really excel my corporate grooming. During this preparation of presentation, the way you saw, I really faced many difficulties, but at the last, I managed to get the seminar topic, then selection of words, presentation, and doing the animation that I really don't have any experiences apart from this. I got this technical knowledge. I really want thankful to my friend Aniket who guided me for video that I have present in front of you, and especially thankful for the ma'am who encourage and mentoring me. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you.
So Sushmita, whether you want to continue something again? Anything you want to say?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so wonderful, Sushmita. Very good activity. Congratulations. Sushmita took hard efforts because in between stages she used to talk with me. I used to guide her what else she can do. And content wise your activity is there, but here in activity 13 most focus is usage advantage means ICT tool usage. Which skills you have enhanced, so focus is there, and I have shown you the rubrics also, what rubric we are going to use. Yesterday I posted marks of Arushi and Lakshmi and also Sarvesh. I think anybody missed in the marking, I don't know, but only 3 have performed as per my memory. If anybody is missed out, then tell me. So marks, if you see ICT tool usage, 4 marks are kept. So how many ICT tool usage you use? Only PPT or video, animations? Now see, she used 2-3 tools, Sushmita. So 4 marks are there. Then content wise 3 marks are there. Very good 3 marks, good 2 marks, and 1 mark for average. So content should be very good as per our objectives. What I am telling again and again, our objective is to study the material, not the device, not the object. So materials in that. And presentation 3 marks. So Sushmita scored 10 out of 10 and Lakshmi also scored 10 out of 10. So congratulations. And Aniket, you help her, but I have given you message to call me when you communicated message to me for soft skill, but yet you had not called me. So anything, anybody want to perform activity? Just now anybody want to perform activity? Now see friends, now I will not start insulating materials used in rotating devices. Actually my objective was to cover that also, but I could not manage time. We was late also 5 minutes, and also another things I just shared with you about Madhav capacitor. So let us do it on Monday. And Monday and Tuesday will be last days for A batch. Okay, because A batch I started earlier. So I will say hurry up because we have to perform number of activities, and we have in next week practicals also. 2 practicals, practical A and practical B, and only 2 batches will be formed. So in next week, almost all everybody's activity will be finished up to 14th Friday. So A batch has to perform on mostly preferably Monday and Tuesday only, and in practical I will cover batch B and C. Okay, so I will request 1 or 2 students to take insulating materials used in rotating devices, because that I will start on Monday. That is remaining, and cable is remaining, so that I will cover on Monday. So just consider materials using cable and rotating devices, and how Sushmita did, you can do that way. Now activity number 4, you start activity number 4. Note down in your notebook, material science notebook, you note down activity number 4. I am starting from today, and that is your whole self activity. You will not have guidance from me. That is just mini project of any gadget you do. I will give you idea. Just type in YouTube. I will post 2-3 YouTubes to get you idea. In YouTube, all the steps are shown. Like Sushmita learn, like Shreya also has done good animation. So you can just insert in YouTube electrical gadget making, making from the waste. That way you will get all the steps, which material to collect, how to assemble, and do some prototype projects. It should be very small project, mini project. So 2-3 sample I will post, and you just watch YouTube and start doing your project in home. And last date will be 15th September. Okay. So that mini project 1 month, more than 1 month, means 35 days I am giving. More than 35 days. So 15th September will be last date for that to start doing that 4th activity, because activity number 4 is compulsory and first is also compulsory. And then remaining optional 3 activities, already I told you decide what activities you will do. About the 6th activity, I told you that safety, you attend safety webinars, 2-3 webinars, then your 6th activity will be completed. So I have seen last time only few students attended that safety webinar. So if you will attend the 3 webinars and will give me a certificate or related to safety or related to water mentioned in that item number 6, I will consider that 6th activity. Remaining 3 optional activities, you read, you decide, and you tell me that you will go and complete this activity. Journal you need to submit. That is for 10 marks. Okay. And I will start with virtual performation from practical A. 2 or 3 experiments we can complete that way. So we'll meet in next lecture with insulating materials in rotating devices. Any difficulty is there you want to discuss? Student? I just stop recording.